Okay, ladies, hope everyone is doing well today. I wanted to come on and just go over a couple techniques. Okay, the first technique I wanted to share with you, some of you who just got your kits for the solar necklace, you would see in the kit that the beads are different from this bead here. Okay, we ran out of this style bead and we put in a bead that is like a disc bead, you would say, but anything can be used at the end of a tassel, and the different strands, we would call that like a tassel type necklace. And so I forgot to bring some of the disc findings, but I just wanted to show you to give you an idea of how you will add that disc to your necklace, to the end of your necklace. Okay, if you can see where I actually put the fishing line through the hole, I'm using a jump ring, same concept. You put the jump ring through, put the wire through the hole in the jump ring or through your disc. You have your crimp bead, you put the wire through the crimp bead, you pull it down to the desired, and just to give it movement, you don't want it too tight because you don't want the bead or whatever it is that you use at the end to be sticking off. Okay, and so you would use your crimp bead and you would mash. Okay, then you would take your cutter and you would cut the tail. Okay, and you just cut the tail off. And this is how the disc will hang at the end of your tassel. So I think the last 4 or 5 kits that I gave out would have that disc type finding at the end, and that goes at the very end of your tassel. And I mentioned I saw where some of the tassels were curling a bit, and so in order to straighten it out, you're going to use your blow dryer. If you have a blow dryer on medium heat, you're going to just put some heat on the wire for a few minutes, and then you would see that the wire will straighten out. Okay, and so that would be the technique for that, in order to get those tassels laying nice and straight. Okay, so before I visit this particular necklace, I promised that I would talk about this necklace that we did last month. No, not last month, 2 months ago. Wow, time goes by quickly. Okay, and this necklace, this was the kit showing the basic technique for this necklace. And the technique that we use and we were able to practice on was the basic loop. Okay, but when it comes to designing, for me, for my style jewelry and what I like, it's too simple for me. Okay, and so what I will do is I will use the basic loop technique and take my time to cover the chain around the neck part of this necklace. And in order to do that, what we do is we use our basic technique again, using our head pin. Okay, making a basic loop on the head pin, making sure that anytime you're cutting your wire, the technique again, holding your pliers and coming towards, making sure that it's flush, using my pointer finger as support, and coming towards. Now I'm using chain nose pliers because I forgot my round nose pliers at the store. Okay, but it gives you an idea of what you need to do. Okay, it looks like a P. We want to come in here and we want to stand that up. Okay, and so your loop should be right on top of your bead. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slide it towards us a little. Just slide it towards you. And then we're going to add this loop to our chain. Then we're going to close this. Okay. Okay. And I will add a few more to this same loop until it covers that loop. And so I will do another one. I might use a bigger pearl. Okay. We cut, holding. The technique of making your basic loop, palm facing the ceiling, the support that you get with your pointer finger, your wire is flush with the barrel, and you roll towards your hand, roll towards the bead. Okay, looks like a P, looks like a P. You can see that. We stand it up. And again, it's important to use the correct tools, but I was determined that I was going to show you this today and I didn't want to put it off again. And so I'm using a chain nose pliers, but we know that we use our round nose pliers to accomplish this, okay? And then what we do is we open our loop, we put it into the same loop, and we close. We're closing that loop over. Okay. And so as you continue to do that, you're going to get a cluster. And so the cluster will hide all of the chain. And so that is why when you make jewelry and you're doing all of this, these different little techniques that take time, then that is where you end up charging more for your necklace. And that would be considered a statement necklace, you know, and that is when you know that you're charging for your time, okay? But that's how it is when you're looking at designing, okay? Someone might say, okay, I like it like that. But if you prefer to take it another step, what you would do is you would add pearls to all of this, the chain right here at this length, and you'd leave the chain, make sure you can see it. You would leave this as it is, but you would cover this section of the chain with pearls using the basic loop technique. And that's why as we continue to work on jewelry, I always stress the importance of learning techniques. Because once you learn a technique, you will be able to look at a necklace and figure out how that necklace was put together, okay? And so that will be a project for those who want to try working with that necklace. And for those of you who might not have that kit, we sell all of the past kits for $8. But what you would have to do is let me know in advance that you're interested in the kit so that I can have it ready. Okay, now let's talk about our orbit necklace. Okay, a lot of you had a chance to work on your necklace, and I am so proud of everyone you are doing extremely well, extremely well. And as I continue to stress to a lot of the members, there is no need to beat yourself up if the technique that you're working on is not perfect, okay? It takes time, it takes years to perfect and to get certain techniques perfect. The important part of jewelry making and your process is to make sure you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it and the results that you should get or you'll be working towards over time. Okay, and so when you look at my jewelry, this is years of practice, years of practice. And so jewelry making is all about practicing. The more you practice, the better you will get at a technique. And there's so many different techniques. Not everybody is going to gravitate towards wire. Some of you might prefer working with beads. Some prefer working with wire. And so as you continue to look at the different techniques, then you will determine which technique you prefer working with when it comes to making and designing your jewelry. Okay, now what I want to show you, okay, with this necklace is a basic necklace, okay? For me and for my design, it's a simple technique, and my style of jewelry, I like a little extra drama, okay? And so when you look at designing and you're looking at couture or putting a little extra flair to a necklace, then you're going to look at it and try to figure out, okay, how can I add a little extra drama, okay? And when you look at this finding here, you see that it has holes, okay? We can build on that, okay? It's a base where we can build on changing the style and the design of this particular necklace. Last month, we learned a technique of the technique where we twisted the wire on a hairpin, okay? And the twisting technique can be used on this particular base here. Now, I'm going to use another color wire, but just to give you an idea and to show you what can be done, okay? This wire that I'm using is a 24 gauge. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip this wire through the hole. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it even. And I'm going to do a little twist just to anchor it so that it doesn't move. Okay, and then we're going to do what we're going to do is we're going to add our bead. Depending on the size, you're able to add 2 or 3. That fell off. Add our bead. And we're going to fold and we're going to twist. Okay, this is a 24 gauge, but for this technique, you want to use 26 or 28. Okay, it's easier to twist. But again, sometimes when you're working and you're not working on a particular technique, when you want to record a video, you realize, oh my gosh, I don't have all of the material that I need to show the technique, but I can make this work, okay? And so you add another bead, and then you can twist, okay? Twist, okay? And then when you see if you see here, it's moving, it's a little shaky. And so you would put the wire down into one of the holes, and then you'll pull on it to give it that tension, okay? And it's not moving as much, okay? And then we're going to bring it back up through one of the holes closer to the beads that we just twisted. And you pull tight. Then you add another bead. And here you can add different sizes, you can add different colors, you can add shells. I mean, there's so much you're able to do. Okay, and then you twist. Now, with this particular necklace, I'm thinking I want all of the beads to be close to the base. Okay, so I might say, okay, I want to just twist beads all around, and then maybe I might say right to the center, I may want to twist the beads a little longer, because remember now I have beads all over the base of this finding, and then I said, okay, I want to twist this a little longer so that the bead can stick off from the other pearls, and that's what we will do. And so you will continue this technique all around, but if you're going to do this, what you do is you put all of the beads that are close to the base first, and then you come off. If you decide to have some of the pearls extended, then after that is done, then you can extend some of the pearls by giving yourself a little extra wire so that you're able to twist. But like I said, the gauge wire that you're using will be 26 or 28. And so just imagine beads all around the base of this necklace, of this finding. And so that takes this necklace to another level, okay? And this is what happens when you're designing, okay? But right now, as you continue to work on your jewelry, you want to make sure that you understand the techniques. Once you get the techniques, then the designing will come, but you want to make sure that you're comfortable with the techniques. You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you just have to understand what results you're looking for. And so with that said, happy beading.